Why do people fail? That's what we're talking about today on Welcome to Building a Million, empowering you to construct your financial future, brick by brick. Whether you're starting a business, trying to find love, improving your health, or growing as a person, failure can show up at any stage. And lately, a lot of people talk like failure is something to be proud of, like it's a stepping stone to success. But here's the truth. Failure isn't something to celebrate. It's a sign that you weren't fully ready, didn't plan well, or missed something important. The world doesn't reward failure. It rewards those who avoid it or learn quickly and do better next time. You don't get a prize just for trying. You earn results when you adapt, improve, and stop repeating the same mistakes. So when people glorify failure, don't buy into that mindset. Learn from it, yes, but don't aim for it. This video is all about helping you recognize why people fail and how to stay ahead of it. Let's go through the 15 most common reasons people fall short, so you can dodge them and stay on track toward your goals. Ready? Let's dive in. Reason number 1, they never even try. Sounds simple, right? But this is where most people lose before the game even starts. You can't win a race if you never show up at the starting line. You can't get the job, build a business, or date the person you like if you never take action. A lot of people dream big, but freeze when it's time to move. Why? Fear, doubt, comfort zones. But here's the deal. Nothing happens until you make a move. Even if you mess up at first, you're miles ahead of everyone who's still just watching from the sidelines. Winners aren't always the best. They're just the ones who showed up and kept going. So if you want something, go for it. The world doesn't hand out rewards for thinking. You only win by doing. Reason number 2, they underestimate the work it takes. Everything looks easy until you try it. It's so tempting to look at someone successful and think, I could do that. But behind every success story is years of hustle, learning, and failure you didn't see. People want the results, not the reality. Take someone like Kylie Jenner. Some say she got lucky, but behind the scenes there's a machine. Branding, marketing, timing, partnerships, strategy. You don't see the full structure. You just see the glam. And if you think success comes overnight because you saw someone blow up on social media, think again. For every person who made it, there are thousands who didn't. Why? Because they didn't realize what it really takes. Success is built, not bought. And if you keep underestimating the effort, you'll keep falling short. Reason number 3, they're just plain lazy. Let's keep it honest. Sometimes the only thing standing between you and your goals is your own laziness. You want to learn a new language? That takes time. Want to get fit? That takes consistency. Want to build a business? That takes late nights, sacrifices, and showing up even when you don't feel like it. Most people know what to do, but they're not willing to actually do it. Instead, they make excuses. I'm too tired. I don't have time. I'll start tomorrow. Sound familiar? Here's the truth. If you really wanted it, you'd find a way. Waking up an hour earlier. Swapping Netflix for a course. Replacing comfort with effort. Being lazy doesn't just mean lie on the couch. It also means not learning the skills, not seeking better solutions, not taking control of your time. While you're stuck scrolling or binge watching, someone else is out there working for the same dream. And they're gonna get it because they moved while you waited. Don't let laziness be the reason your future slips away. Reason number 4, they don't have a competitive edge. Let's be real. If you're entering a race just to compete, you've already lost. Because while you're running to keep up, someone out there is running to win it all. They're not just trying to play the game, they're changing the rules. Having a competitive advantage means you bring something extra to the table, something nobody else has. Think about it. Google isn't worried about Bing. Why? Because Google dominates. Uber didn't try to fight with taxis. They redefined transportation. If you walk into the game with nothing unique, nothing better, nothing smarter, you're just one more face in the crowd. To truly succeed, you need something that sets you apart. A skill, an idea, a system, or a perspective that give you power others don't have. Without it, you'll always be average. And let's face it, average doesn't get remembered, it gets replaced. Reason number 5, they don't learn or adapt fast enough. Life is always changing. Business, even faster. If you can't adapt, you get left behind. Fast. It's not just about working hard. It's about staying sharp. The higher you climb, the harder it gets to stay on top. The weather's colder up there. The wind hits harder. And you got to keep climbing just to stay where you are. That's why learning is non-negotiable. New trends, new tools, new rules, they pop up all the time. If you're not staying updated, someone else is. And they'll take your spot before you even see it coming. Remember Blockbuster? They laughed off Netflix. Now they're history. Or Yahoo. They had the chance to buy Google for $1 million and passed. Oops, don't be them. Read books, watch tutorials, test new ideas, attend events. Your ability to adapt is your survival kit, and without it, the world will move on without you. Reason number 6, they lack self-discipline. Want to know a secret about every successful person you admire? It's not just talent, it's discipline. That quiet, powerful ability to show up even when you don't feel like it. To do the hard stuff when nobody's watching. To stay focused when distractions are everywhere. Without discipline, your goals are just wishes. It's a force that turned commitment into action. And yeah, it's hard. But here's the catch. To build discipline, you need to practice discipline. Think of it like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Can't control your time, your habits, your emotions? That's a problem. And it's probably one of the biggest reasons people never reach their full potential. We'll be diving deep into this in a future video. So make sure your notifications are on. Because if there's one skill that separates the dreamers from the doers, it's this one. Reason number 7, they don't plan at all. Winging it might work for a pop quiz, but it will not work in life. Most people have a general idea what they want. I want to start a business. I want to get fit. I want to be rich. Cool. But what's the actual plan? Imagine trying to bake an apple pie with no recipe. You just throw stuff together and hope it turns out okay. Spoiler, it won't. Success is the same. You need a goal, a step-by-step plan, and the right tools. Maybe you don't have all the ingredients yet. So what? Go get them. Maybe you need help. So what? Ask for it. But if you're just guessing your way through, chances are high you'll waste time, energy, and money and still come up short. Planning doesn't guarantee success, but not planning almost guarantees failure. So slow down, map it out, and execute smart. That's how real progress starts. Reason number 8, they're scared of failing. Let's clear this up. Failing a little is normal. Failing a lot is when things get serious. True failure means you burned through every option, every dollar, every chance, and still ended up with nothing. That's scary. And yeah, you should avoid that. But all the little failures before that, those are just lessons in disguise. They're like road bumps, not walls. People who succeed see those bumps, learn from them, and keep going. Fear of failing isn't the enemy. It's actually a compass. It pushes you to show up, to try harder, to think smarter. But if you're so scared of failing that you never even try, that's not fear. That's giving up before the game even starts. Here's the truth. There's a good chance it won't work out the first time, or the second, or the third. But that's how success works. It rewards the ones who keep going. Real failure isn't falling down. It's refusing to get back up. Reason number 9, they want everything right now. We get it. You want success fast. You want to go viral, make millions, and live the dream by next weekend. But guess what? That's not how it works. Success takes time. Like, a lot of time. Movies show people going from broke to rich in 2 hours. Real life doesn't. In reality, it might take years just to get things moving. Building a real business? Expect the first 2 to 3 years to feel like nothing's working. It's frustrating, but it's also normal. By year 5 or 6, you start seeing momentum. By year 10, that's when real success kicks in. So, if you're not ready to commit long-term, you're not ready, period. Stop chasing shortcuts. Stop buying into easy money schemes. And don't expect to build an empire by next Tuesday. Time isn't your enemy. It's your best investment. The ones who win are the ones who stick around long enough to deserve it. Reason number 10, they're too emotionally attached to bad ideas. You love your idea. It's your baby. But here's the hard truth. Sometimes your baby is ugly. Not every idea is a good one. Some are confusing, unnecessary, or just plain useless. And no matter how much you believe in it, if nobody else wants it, it's probably not the next big thing. There's a big difference between unique and useful. Just because it makes sense to you doesn't mean it works in the real world. Still not sure? Here's the test. If everyone says your idea won't work, and you give it everything you've got and still fail, they were probably right. That's not an attack on you. It's a wake-up call. Don't take it personal. Business isn't about feelings. It's about results. If your idea isn't working, stop trying to force it. Change it, improve it, or drop it and start fresh. That's not quitting. That's being smart. Reason number 11, they make excuses for everything. Here's something you'll notice. When people fail, it's never their fault. It was bad timing. The market wasn't ready. They didn't have enough support. They blame everyone and everything except the person in the mirror. But here's the truth. You are responsible. Not your background, not your country, not your luck. If you didn't plan well, that's on you. If you didn't learn what was needed, that's on you. Success is about using what you do have to unlock more doors. If you're not doing that, you're the problem. Harsh? Maybe, but real. The world isn't against you. It's just indifferent. It doesn't care if you win or lose. So stop making excuses. Stop playing the victim and start doing the work. Because the day you stop blaming the world is the day you finally take control of your future. Reason number 12, they ignore good advice. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking they already know everything. Newsflash, you don't. None of us do. That's why advice exists. And while, yes, not all advice is great, your ability to tell the difference can make or break your success. Every failure story has that one moment, that one fork in the road, where the person could have chosen a smarter path but didn't. Why? Pride, ego, stubbornness. They refuse to listen. And that's what cost them. The world is constantly giving you feedback, through results, through people, through outcomes. If something's not working, it's telling you to switch it up. When someone gives you advice, even if it stings, don't ignore it right away. Think, reflect, try it out. Because the right advice at the right time could be the thing that saves your entire journey, or lets it crash before it really starts. Reason number 13, they don't track their progress. Imagine trying to win a game without knowing the score. Sounds silly, right? That's exactly what happens when people set big goals, but never check how close they are to reaching them. Saying, I want to be a billionaire is cool, but how will you get there? What's step 1? What's step 50? Most people fail because they don't stop to measure if they're actually moving forward. It's like trying to lose weight, but never stepping on the scale. Tracking your progress, whether it's your weight, your income, your skills, or your habits, shows you what's working and what's not. Without it, you're just guessing. And guess what? Guessing doesn't lead to growth. So grab a notebook, use an app, write on your mirror, whatever works, but keep track. Because every little step forward matters. And if you don't know where you're on the map, how can you ever reach the destination? Reason number 14, they talk big, but never do anything. You've definitely met this person. They've got all the right words: AI, blockchain, e-commerce, NFTs. They sound like experts. But when it comes time to actually do something, crickets. These folks are like walking TED Talks with zero results. They jump from one shiny trend to the next, chasing what's hot, without ever sticking around long enough to learn or build anything real. One day it's an app, next it's a podcast, then they're launching a brand new, game-changing startup. Except none of it ever happens. They love to look busy, but never get their hands dirty. And that's why they fail. Because real success takes focus, dedication, and time. You can't master something if you're always starting over. Talk less, do more, show up, stick with it. That's how the real winners are made. Reason number 15, they give up too soon. Here's the truth. Most people lose because they quit the moment things get tough. They hit a wall, and instead of climbing over it, they turn around. Quitting means the challenge was bigger than your commitment. and that's a tough pill to swallow. But there's a difference between giving up and pivoting. One is defeat, the other is strategy. Sometimes the path you're on isn't working, and that's okay. But that doesn't mean you stop moving. It means you find another way forward. The biggest rewards go to people who refuse to give up, even when it hurts, even when everyone else quits. These are the ones who change the game, who build legacies. If you're not willing to keep going when it gets hard, then maybe you never really wanted it in the first place. But if you do keep going, even when the odds are against you, that's where greatness lives. Reason number 16, they don't really know themselves. Let's get real. How can you succeed if you don't even know what success means to you? Too many people chase someone else's dream. They see what others are doing and think, that's what I want, without asking why. But the truth is, until you understand yourself, your values, your strengths, your weaknesses, you'll make choices that aren't really yours. And when pressure hits, you won't know what to do because you never built your plan on your own foundation. It's like building a house without checking if the ground is solid first. Knowing yourself gives you clarity. It helps you make better decisions. It helps you stay focused when distractions come flying at you. If you skip this step, everything else will eventually fall apart. So before you chase the dream, get to know the dreamer. That's how you build something real. Now it's your turn. Why do you think people fail? What's one thing you've learned on your journey? Drop in the comments. We read every single one. And since you made it all the way to the end, here's a little bonus truth. Most people won't make it. They'll quit. They'll blame the system. They'll say they didn't have enough time, money, or luck. But a few of you, you'll do the work. You'll learn. You'll fall and get back up again and again. You'll outgrow the excuses and outlast the noise. You'll become builders, the kind of people the world remembers. So subscribe, stay with us, and keep building. We're rooting for you. See you in the next one.